Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we have a sovereign citizen, living Karen, that I've covered before in Judge Fish's courtroom. She actually has her jury trial today, so I figured we'd cover her motion to suppress the evidence against her to get us prepared. Now, previously when I covered her, it wasn't made clear exactly what she's being charged with, but in this video, it will become very obvious. Now, this hearing was over 2 hours long, so I've cut out a lot of the unnecessary bits for brevity purposes. But even with those cuts, this video is still over an hour long and may just be one of the funniest offsets in courts I've ever covered with genuine stupidity from start to finish. We're going to start with the prosecution calling their first witness. So, grab your popcorn along with some court-approved facepalm protection and let's begin.
Okay, you prepared for the suppression hearing?
I am, Your Honor, yes.
All right. How would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, it's defendant's motion, so
It is their motion, but often the state would go and present evidence related to the motion. Have you reviewed the motion to suppress?
have, Your Honor, yes, I'm ready to proceed. I'll call my first witness.
Do you believe it's the defense burden on this one?
I believe so, but
Let me look at it. Ms. Butler, what's your position on the motion to suppress? You feel like you need to present evidence, or should the state present evidence to show that the statement that they are relying upon is a viable one?
I would like to present the evidence.
You want to?
Huh?
You want to present evidence first?
I will follow whatever you just lead me, okay? So I don't want to jump ahead. So you tell me what you would like from me.
Yeah, state, I think you should go first on this. Yeah,
I'm ready to call my first witness, Your Honor.
sure. Want to have him come up?
And were you assigned to investigate a matter involving the defendant in this matter?
Yes, I was.
And do you see the defendant here in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Can you please point out where she's sitting?
She's sitting at the table directly in front of me.
And who is the defendant?
Tiara Butler.
Can you please let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
So noted.
Can you walk the court through why you were investigating the defendant?
I was contacted and received information from one of our analysts from our headquarters regarding suspicious fraudulent transactions that were being conducted by Ms. Butler based on data that he was reviewing. In response to that, I installed cameras into the facility to record her during the transaction time. And during a period of, I believe it was May of 2022 through January of 2023, I located approximately 20 transactions that she had conducted with no customer present, which were for cash refunds and other things. And so the next part of my investigation was to conduct an interview of Ms. Butler.
And when you say that you place cameras in the facility, what facility are we talking about?
This is the Valparaiso downtown post office.
Is that located in Porter County?
Yes, it is. Ms. Butler was asked if she'd be willing to answer some questions, and she agreed. So then we set up an area inside the post office where we were going to conduct an interview of her.
And then did you conduct an interview with Ms. Butler?
Yes, I did.
And can you describe to the court what did you first do in the interview?
Well, first thing we did, like I said, we got the room set up. We had chairs and positions so that the three of us could sit down. The first thing I did is presented her with what we referred to as our Garrity form. And it's basically an acknowledgement of rights form that we present to employees that are not in custody. And I went through that form with Ms. Butler, presented it to her. She read through it. Once she completed and signed the form and we witnessed it, I confirmed with her verbally that made sure she understood the rights that were explained that she had placed her initials next to when she was completing it. And she stated she did.
Okay. And did you also sign that form?
Yes, I did.
And then did Agent Klemick also sign that form?
Yes, he did.
Agent, so I'm handing you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize that?
I do.
And what is it?
This is the Garrity Acknowledgement of Rights form for employees not in custody that was presented and completed by Ms. Butler.
And is that a true and accurate copy of a waiver of rights form that Ms. Butler signed?
It is.
Okay. Your Honor, State would move to admit State's Exhibit 1.
Any objection, ma'am?
Yes, I do object.
What's the objection?
The object that it was given towards the end of my statement because I had to sign, because I had the pen at the time. Because at the beginning, I didn't have a pen. I had the pen at the time, and I did sign, but how you know that he signed it later is because look at the times at the end. It's at 10 o'clock. It's in his penmanship.
So your objection is related to authenticity or
It was
relation?
towards the end of the statement, when I was writing the statement. That's when
Okay.
I was given that for, and I wasn't.
Evidentiary rule is your objection?
Okay, I was just explaining that.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
What's your basis for your objection? What's the
The
evidence?
objection that he did not give it to me at the beginning. He gave it to me towards the end.
I think it goes to authenticity or something, but it's overruled. We'll admit it.
We're actually going to see a lot of this throughout the video, the softer making nonsensical objections like the times on the statements that she just admitted to in writing as not being proper, even though she admitted on the record that she was the one who wrote them.
And there are 4 paragraphs, I would say, listed 1 through 4, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And beside each of those paragraphs, Ms. Butler did initial.
that is correct.
What does the first one say?
It says, I have the right to remain silent if my answers may tend to incriminate me.
And number 2?
Anything I say or do may be used as evidence against me in a court of law and in other proceedings, including administrative proceedings.
And number 3?
If I refuse to answer questions because my answers may tend to incriminate me, I will not be disciplined solely for remaining silent.
And number 4?
This interview is strictly voluntary, and I may leave or stop answering questions at any time.
And again, that is signed by yourself,
Yes,
and it is also signed by Ms. Butler,
yes,
and it is also signed by Agent Klemick.
yes.
And what was the defendant's demeanor like throughout the interview?
She was appeared to be nervous. Her mouth was dry at times when she was speaking with us. It was a challenge to try to keep her focused on what I was specifically asking, because she tended to segue off into other things. But she was responsive to the questions.
And after Ms. Butler signed her acknowledgement of rights form, what then happened?
I conducted the interview, asked her the questions that I wanted to ask regarding the transactions that were captured on video. She explained certain things that other employees were stealing from her drawer and her unit reserve. She explained that she was having severe financial hardships at the time when she was assigned to that office. Her car was repossessed. When she got it back, her interest rates were increased, her loan doubled. And she just kept explaining things like that.
And was Ms. Butler given the opportunity to write out a statement?
At the end of the interview, correct, we offered her the opportunity to write out a voluntary written statement. It wasn't mandatory, wasn't required. And she agreed and chose to write one.
And she wrote a statement?
She did.
And did she sign that statement?
She did.
And did you ever make any promises to Ms. Butler?
No, I did not.
Object.
What's your objection?
The reason I object is because he would not accept my
Oh,
statement.
okay. So it doesn't sound to me like you're having an objection, Ms. Butler. What it sounds to me like is you're about to try to engage in cross-examination.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure you understand the order of proceedings, okay? She's going to ask him questions. In the course of that time, you may have objections to certain evidence.
Yes.
Those evidentiary objections must be based upon evidentiary rules. What you attempted to do a few seconds ago is start to say your side of the story or to question or ask about certain facts that you disagree with. And that's my job, is to make a determination about whether or not the agent's telling the truth or not.
Okay.
And your job when you question him is to bring up the thing you just wanted to object about in a question form to him. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so you've just got to work with how we do
Work
our
with you.
process.
Yeah.
Okay, And this objection, I'm not sure what your grounds would have been, but I will overrule that objection and counsel may proceed for the state.
Agent Vasoko, there were no promises or inducements offered to Ms. Butler for writing out her statement.
No. The statement was completely voluntary. She didn't have to write it if she didn't want to.
And did Ms. Butler ever ask to leave the interview?
No, there was periods during the interview where she asked to get some documents that she was wanted to present to me. And she got up and she went and got the documents from the other room. She came back, she presented them to me. But other than that, she never requested to leave or end the interview.
Did Ms. Butler ever ask to rewrite her statement?
No.
Again, ma'am, I heard you say object, but it doesn't sound like it's an objection. It sounds like your proper cross-examination of this witness, okay? So hopefully you're noting down the things that we're talking about here so you can ask those questions of this witness.
So Agent Vasiko, again, Ms. Butler was free to leave this interview at any time.
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, so that's the end of the first witness's testimony. Now we get to hear the defendant try to cross-examine him.
Good afternoon. Good evening. On February 1st, is it true when I asked you, who are you? And you stated that you was an interviewer and that you was only coming there just to interview all employees, just to see how things are. You don't have no control of firing or doing anything in that matter. Is that true or false?
The statement is not completely true. I advised you that I was with the Inspector General's office.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did, and I showed you my credentials.
No, you did not. That's a lie. That's not true.
Okay, ma'am, and what
But-
we're doing there, that's called argument,
No.
okay?
Okay.
So you want to take those notes down. At the end of this, there's going to be the opportunity for you to tell me the reason why you think I should rule in your favor. And one of those would be that you think he's given a dishonest response to your questions, okay?
Yes.
So that's the order of proceedings. I see you're getting emotional. If you need a moment, we can take a moment.
All right, the next question. When we sat down, Andrew was in the corner and you was on the side. And I decided actually, to write a statement. When I wrote the statement, did you read the statement?
When you completed the statement, I reviewed it, correct?
Okay. And did you, as you read the statement, did you state that you are not going to take this statement unless I took food and money for gas? Because if I don't, you're not going to accept it. Is that true or false?
That is not true.
Oh my God. Okay. If that's not true, let's keep going. All right. As we proceeded, did I ever ask for a copy? No, let's start this one. As I ever asked for another statement? Because when I read my statement, it was with errors. Did I not ask you for another one? True or false?
I do not recall you asking me for another statement form.
Okay. After that one, true or false? I'm trying to picture myself in that moment, exactly how it happened. When you asked about refunds, did I show you examination, I think it's called accountability examination report? And that I went into where the postmaster was and I went into the cabinet and I said, I want you to look at the examination report, see how it had changed, because there was a lot of discrepancies before I came down there. And then as you looked at their report, you said, where is Don? And I told you, this young lady is retired. Did you not say, did you want a copy of that? Yes or no?
I believe I told you that if you wanted to give me a copy, that I would take the copy from you. Yes.
Okay, all right. So Now, for that being said, also in the statement, when I wrote the statement, did I ask you? I mean, you asked me, this is how you did it. You asked me if you write this statement stating that you can explain your hardship and state that you took money for food and gas, that the prosecutor will be more leaner to you.
No, that is not correct. When I presented you with the statement form after you agreed to and said you wanted to complete one, I explained to you that it was a voluntary statement and it needed to be truthful and accurate.
So you trying to say we did not exchange the statement back and forth, true or false?
I don't understand what you're asking.
What I'm saying is, if I gave you the statement the first time to read, did you read it? Yes, true or false? The first time I gave it to you, do you read it?
I honestly don't recall if I read it prior to you completing it or if I read it after you signed the form, but I would have reviewed the form because in the form, anytime that you would have made a cross out or anything like that, we have to have you put your initials over that cross out, indicating that you did that. We also drew lines through any of the statement form.
When I had the statement, and remember I was talking about a whole lot of stuff when you was interviewing me, right? I was
Yes.
talking about my the management. I talked about the postal inspectors. I talked about people did not care about. Then I told you about the EEO that I had filed.
Sure.
I also told you about customers, witnesses that is needed.
She's testifying, Your Honor. She can do that when she's
No,
on the
no,
stand.
no. This is part. This is
Yeah,
part.
I understand your objection.
But
Is
it was
there a
part of-
question?
it
Is
was
there-
part of-
Is there a question in there somewhere?
No, this was part of the interview when we was talking about it. That's how it ended up on that paper.
I understand, but is there a question you plan to ask?
Okay, well,
So I'll
what I was doing was,
sustain the objection.
okay,
Please ask your question.
my question is, was you aware of those things before you came downtown?
Was I aware of what things? What
Were
were
you
telling me?
aware of my dealership situation? Was you aware of postal inspectors ever investigating the fraudulent activity that occurred at my job? Was you aware of that?
No, I was
Okay.
not aware of that. prior
Okay,
to that.
okay. Let me see. Was you aware that management has a responsibility of internal control by chance?
Internal control.
Internal and control, like meaning financial responsibilities. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware that postal management does
Yes.
do certain things to monitor and control
Okay.
internal things.
When you had made a statement before you came down to me, because you said you had showed her video, right? Showing whatever alleged had happened. Did you ever stated, I mean, have you ever did any type of auditing with her? Anything like that in that matter?
Without specifics, I can't answer that question.
Okay, the reason why I ask is because management was totally aware of what I was doing. Totally aware.
All right. So, that's the end of the first witness's testimony. Now, we get to hear the defendant try to cross-examine him.
And the reason why I asked these questions because I was listening to you how you gotten how you got introduced to this by a data analysis, correct? A data analysis have given you a spreadsheet of fraudulent or refund transactions, correct?
That is how this
Okay.
investigation was
That's
initiated.
how it started.
Correct.
So do you automatically just just go directly to the employee, or do you go directly to management employee, or do you just do both?
I go to where the evidence leads me.
Okay, okay. Now, also, I want to make one more statement and then I'm done with you. Okay?
You gonna make a statement or are you gonna ask a
Yeah, well, I
question?
got one more question. Yeah, one more question. If you was not aware of my financial situation, why is there evidence submitted to the court?
I don't understand what you're
Well, you
asking.
have it. This is the hardship that I was explaining to you, and I'm trying to figure out why the court has it, and it's irrelevant to, here goes for here. And it was an exhibit. Exhibit 6. The reason why I say this, because I have gotten your evidence that you had submitted.
Mhm.
And I was like, why is this private administration is submitted? And it was addressed to Eric Holm, the governor at the time. And it was talking about the fraud that had occurred downtown and what had happened and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out, did you read this stuff before you came down? And that's why you wanted me to focus on financial hardship in the interview, because it started to line up.
Objection. Agent Vasico already testified that he made no promises to her, or I'm sorry, that he did not ask Ms. Butler to put anything in her statement about financial hardship. She did that on her own.
Correct. Okay, so I'll sustain that. Are you gonna ask a question, ma'am?
The question is, why is this submitted? This private administration process is submitted as evidence.
You presented this to me during the interview. That's why I had it, and that's why I included it. You
And
did-
now you can have a seat back so the microphone can pick up your statements.
I had no knowledge of that prior to you giving it to me during the interview, which I accepted because you insisted that I take the statement, that document. That's why it's included in my report.
I couldn't, okay. I couldn't have. I'm sorry, but I couldn't have, because we was in the interview.
Yes, but you had access to documents that you said you wanted to give to me to present. That was one of the documents you presented to me. I had no knowledge of that prior to that interview with you.
This was not given to you. Only thing I gave you.
Ma'am, so this isn't a question.
Okay.
Sounds to me like that would be testimony you would give
Mm-hmm.
of your own if you have a story that contradicts what the agent's testifying about, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any further questions?
No, Your Honor.
You should be very careful with what you say next, because it's starting to sound like you're about to say that management was totally aware of the crimes that you were committing and didn't have a problem with it. When in fact, management being aware or unaware of the crimes does not make a difference when it comes to being found guilty of committing those crimes.
Before you get started,
Okay.
I need to have your attention for this. Do you plan to testify today?
To explain everything, yes,
You plan to testify.
I can.
Okay, so I'm going to put you under oath
Okay.
when you testify. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you know what the Fifth Amendment is?
I can waive my rights if I, not to self-criminate myself.
So you understand what the Fifth Amendment is, that you don't have to give any statement that would be incriminating?
Yeah.
Did you know that if you testify and I put you under oath and you testify, that the prosecutor is going to have the opportunity to cross-examine you?
This is not trial, is it?
Ma'am, this is a hearing
This is a hearing.
and there is evidence that is being presented at this hearing. And if you are under oath and you testify, the state's going to have the opportunity to cross-examine you.
Okay.
And if they ask you a question, you're going to have to answer it.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes. Can I have?
And that you can't invoke your Fifth Amendment rights after you've already waived them.
Okay.
You
Can I
understand
have?
that?
Yes.
So I'm going to have you answer whatever question they ask.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
realize that?
Yes.
You're willing to accept that risk.
Yes.
Okay, you understand that it's probably not in your best interest.
It's probably not in my best interest at this time,
Do you
or
understand that?
I do, not really completely, but before we move on to the prosecutor interviewing me, can we please interview Andrew first?
Ma'am, it is your case. If you want to put
Yes, can we bring Andrew up?
Andrew, I'm sorry,
you
it would
please
be
come
more
up,
formal if I
Andrew?
knew your last name, on the witness stand, then you could have him testify. Would you like to call him as a witness?
Yeah, well, I can call him as a witness, please.
Okay, then you're going to want to say, I call.
I call Andrew as a witness to the stand, please.
Okay.
Okay, Andrew, when you attend to the interview, was you sitting there witnessing both our actions, George actions and my action? Was you notating this? Yes
I
or
was
no?
present at the interview and I took notes, yes.
Okay, okay. Towards the end of the interview regarding to the statement, do you witness George reading the statement?
I don't recall
Okay.
if he did or not, but I'm sure that Special Agent Vasilko read the statement with you.
So okay, let me ask you this question. How far apart that you were standing by each other that you could not see him reading?
We would have been close. Are you talking about during the interview?
Yes, because it was very small.
Yeah,
It was
we
very
would have been next to each other.
Exactly. So you trying to say you did not see him pick up a piece of paper, that he did not read the statement? You didn't see him at all. So that's what you're saying?
Ma'am, I've interviewed with Special Agent Vasilko several times,
Mm-hmm.
and he is pretty thorough.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, he would review again when statements are completed that
Okay.
they would be reviewed.
Okay. So I'm asking, did you see him read it? That's all I'm asking.
Again, I don't recall for sure, but I'm sure he did.
Okay. Now, next question. Did you ever see George give me the statement back and told me to write again? I had to write the first time. Then I wrote again, which was the second paragraph.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm gonna ask you again. Do you ever see me sitting down, writing down the statement? True or false?
I believe you completed the statement that day, yes.
Okay. Did you see me hand the statement after I got done?
Yes, it was given back to Special Agent Vasilko.
Okay. Did you see George hand me back the statement?
I think you gave it to Special Agent Vasilko. He would have reviewed it with you. And then obviously it was taken so he could put it in his case file and it would have been presented to a prosecutor and then USPS management.
Did you did you see George stand there by the door, pacing, and stated that he would not accept my statement unless I write that I took food and gas? Did he ever make any type of statement like that?
I did not see that.
So you're trying to say that you didn't hear anything, you was sitting right next to him?
Ma'am, I believe that are you talking about the food and gas comment?
Yes, that food and gas comment. That's the only one I'm really trying to get you right there. Did you ever hear George make a statement that I need to admit that I took money for food and gas?
I did not.
No further question.
Honestly, I could listen to her ask dumbass questions all day long. However, she is done with questioning the witness, and it is now her time to call her witness and testify on her own behalf. That being said, the judge realizes he's dealing with someone who probably has an odd number of chromosomes. So, he's going to warn her about the dangers of testifying on her own behalf, especially as an ignorant pro se litigant.
Is there any further evidence, Ms. Butler, you wanted to present?
Yes, I do. I was trying to look for, because I did not have it all together. It was a form that I presented that I gave to him during the interview. Give me just a second, okay, Judge? Did I hand this to you or to you?
So I'm not sure what it is, but before you do anything with it, I'm going to put you under oath. Okay, and I just want to admonish you again. I don't want to chill your right to be able to testify on your own behalf.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
because I feel like that the motion to suppress rights under the Fourth Amendment, you're going to be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, thank you.
But you still have a Fifth Amendment issue that you need to be fully aware of.
Yes.
You say incriminating things.
Mhm.
State's going to get a chance to cross-examine you. They're going to have to cross-examine you in what we call the scope of whatever you testify about during your direct. But anything you say can be used at trial for what we call impeachment. So if you change whatever testimony at trial that you might give today, they'll be able to use whatever you said today and say that you said something different today.
I get what
Do you understand all that?
I'm following you.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you're aware of what you're doing. Please raise your hand to be sworn. You just swear or affirm under penalty of perjury to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, so what's important for me about this document is that you first identify what it is. What's this document you have in your hand?
This document is it's the post office retail floor for the stamp stock.
Okay,
Okay,
and how did you come to possess it?
I had one of the employees give it to me.
Okay, and do you believe that it's a true and accurate copy of whatever the employee gave to you?
Yes.
Okay, is that
Okay.
employee still employed with the Postal Service?
They might have, but I don't know. They're not there no more.
Do you know their name?
Yes, I do.
Well, you'll have to share it with us.
Mr. Stanley.
Mr. Stanley provided that to you.
Mhm.
And was Mr. Stanley providing that to you in the course of his own occupation at the Postal Service?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you show it to counsel so she can have a look at what you've got there? We'll have it preliminarily marked as defendant's exhibit number 1. Is this your only copy of the exhibit?
I only brought one for myself. I mean,
If you give it to me, I'm taking the copy.
that's
I'm
fine.
not giving it back.
It's fine.
I'll make sure you're clear.
Or can I just bring you a legible copy? Because I can bring,
No, this is going to have to be the one.
because it's on the front and the back. Let me see if I have another copy.
And Ms. Butler, I'm going to have you bring that up to me. I'll make a photocopy of it so that we don't take your last copy. All right.
Exhibit number
Now,
one.
would you like for me to admit defendant's number 1?
Admit defendant number 1.
Okay, so you would say, Your Honor, I would move to admit defendant's exhibit 1.
Your Honor, I would like to admit exhibit number 1.
State.
I'm going to be objecting. First of all, to relevance, first of all, I don't know what Ms. Butler is trying to get out of this exhibit. It's not relevant to her own motion today, Your Honor, the proceedings today. It has nothing to do with suppressing her
Yes, it does.
confession. And I would object to it's not authenticated correctly. If she got this from Mr. Stanley, he's not here to testify to the authenticity of this document. I don't even know what this document is. I believe it's some stamped stock sheet, but again, she's not going to be able to properly admit it without it being authenticated by whoever gave it to her, whoever wrote it.
Okay,
Can I object?
so I need your response on relevance.
Okay. First off, my name is on here.
No. Relevance. How is it relevant?
Is it relevant to this case? Is because
No. How is it relevant to your motion to suppress?
how is it relevant to, this is the motion, this is the statement that was given to the OIG. Because I mentioned something about, he wanted a copy, and I said something about Don. This is what I given him, because I wanted him to invest further.
Okay, but how is it relevant to the question that we have here, which is that the handwritten statement you provided was given by inducement, coercion, or improper promise? What does this document have to do with that?
Well, this document is basically, I know about the suppression about the statement, but I also put in there what was handed to him about that, what was given to him, because I remember I had asked for a copy of my statement so I can clear up some errors.
Okay.
But he refused to give me a new form.
Okay.
And then I end up also stating that I went in.
So you think it's relevant to
Yes, it is.
impeachment of their testimony?
Yes, it is, because they.
It's fine. I
Okay.
understand your position. Now, the state brings up that it's not properly authenticated. I ask you a few questions, preliminary ones, about how you got the document.
I got it through the post office, county, what do you call it? The files that I copied for him. It's the same files that he got copies of.
Okay.
And he went in and got another copy of the same document.
Okay.
And it was given to him.
And so here I agree with the state
Mhm.
that you haven't properly authenticated the document. But in addition, it is hearsay. And it is hearsay that doesn't fall within any of our hearsay objections.
Okay, you say it.
Exceptions, rather, exceptions.
Mhm.
Because of that, I have to not admit it. But regardless, because you've offered it, we still need to take the document from you. So please rise up and bring it back up to me. I need you to bring it back up here. That's fine, but we need to take them one at a time. So I'm going to take this. Defendant's one is not admitted. I sustain the objection to admissibility. What else, ma'am?
I have a daily closeout certification checklist.
Okay.
This is needed that he or management that's supposed to do on a daily checkout regarding to money orders, stamps, refunds. This is necessary because this is what he had asked me in the interview.
Okay, hold on for a sec though. Let's try to get the document admitted. So you remember the process here? You're going to want to stand up, take it over to the court reporter. She's going to put defendant's 2 on it. We're going to be able to use that number for identification purposes. You're going to want to show it to the prosecutor. And then tell me more about it. How did you come into possession of this document?
I already had this document already.
Okay, how did you get it?
Working there.
Did you run this report?
Yes, I had to run multiple reports.
Is this a report that you specifically ran?
No, it's just my daily checkout reports. Like, just say, for example, when I go downtown and go to the main, I would exchange reports because they'll run out and I'll just give them a copy of it because we have to wrap them up sometimes.
Okay, so let me ask you again.
Okay.
How did you come into possession of this report?
By working at the post office.
And while you're working at the post office, are you in files? Are you at a computer attached to a printer?
Yes.
How was the document generated?
It's just copied. It was already generated. It's just a repeated copy.
Okay, now let me ask again then.
Mhm.
How was it generated?
Copied.
It was not copied. It had to have been printed first.
Yes, it had to been printed. Well, I was just telling you how I received it.
And on what system was it generated?
What system it was generated? I think management would use, what do you call it? Word. And they will actually generate all the information that we need to do on a daily basis.
Did you input all the data in to create that form?
No, I did not.
Did you sit at the computer and press print for that form?
No, it was already pre-printed.
Did you take the document that you found already printed and photocopied on a photocopy machine?
Yes, yes.
All right. And you're moving for the admissibility of defendant's exhibit number 2.
Yes.
State.
I'm going to object to same issues. Relevance, Your Honor. It's not going to be properly authenticated in hearsay.
Ma'am,
No.
what do you have on relevance? How is this important to your question about whether your statement was coerced?
Well, according to my statement being coerced, he asked me about the ledger that's listed. And he asked me,
Okay.
it's in there. It's in there. He
So
asked
again,
me.
you're using it for impeachment purposes.
Yes.
Okay.
He asked me.
Do you want to try to add anything about authenticity?
Hmm?
Do you want to try to add anything about authenticity of the document?
I mean, that's as best as you can get it. I mean,
Did you at any point look at the computer screen of whatever generated this document and compare the two to make sure whatever was on the printer screen, the computer screen, was the same thing that was generated by the printer?
we didn't never use the computer, Your Honor. Only
You
thing,
never saw the computer original of this?
no, we
before it was printed.
never used one from computer. It will always been passed through each other.
Okay.
Like we'll bring it downtown or the main, we'll make a few copies or send it in the up.
Okay.
up
Do you have any response on hearsay? Do you believe it
So-
falls in under any of our hearsay exceptions?
No, it's not hearsay. It's required because it shows this is financial documents that I am presenting to you, Your Honor, because you cannot present something. Go ahead.
Ma'am, the question is to admissibility, okay? It might not be hearsay because I'm not really sure what it is altogether, but I think it is hearsay because it's somebody else's statement. I'm not sure what it's meant to do here because I'm not sure it's relevant. But in any case, Exhibit 2 is not admitted. It's not relevant. It's not authenticated.
very
I believe it
relevant.
to be hearsay.
It is
So
relevant.
please bring that up as well.
This sounds like an unfair trial.
Someone needs to call the Department of Grammar and let them know that she needs to be prosecuted for an assault on the English language. Nevertheless, she is done with her witness and now it's time for her to testify.